All right, guys, welcome. I want to take the time today to show you guys how to build a UGC trial campaign. I'm going to keep this video as short and as concise as possible. So let's just kind of dive into how do you build a successful UGC trial campaign? Why do you build one in the first place? It really is actually critical to launch these trial campaigns before, you start to really put a lot of spend behind your official UGC campaign. This is a great place to kind of find those first creators, figure out who's actually good, who's committed, who's showing up every day. Once these people have proven themselves to you, then you can move them into your official UGC campaign where you have a lot more trust in them. You've built some community, you've built some rapport with them as well. Right. So skipping the trial usually means wasting money on underperforming creators and unclear expectations, while running a proper trial lets you identify what actually works and scale with confidence instead of guesswork. Right. So you should always have these two campaigns up and running when you're about to launch a new creator program. You have your trial campaign and then you have your official campaign. The goal of this is to get the creators from here into here. Now, how do you actually do that? Right. What does that look like? So to jump right in, the first step of this is going to be overhiring. Now, you want to assume that 50% of your creators are going to churn for a variety of reasons, right? Whether they just stop posting, their content sucks, they ghost you, this and that. It's going to happen on SideShift. There's over 800,000 creators. Not everyone is an amazing creator, but there are a handful of amazing creators. With that being said, so if you plan on running a little elite 10 creator program, you're going to want to corral at least 20 into a training program. Okay. And eventually over the course of the 2-week trial, you will find out very quickly who is performing, who's worth nurturing, and who is worth cutting. So we'll dive in a little bit on how do you actually get these creators to buy into a low trial campaign, right? One of the best ways to do this is actually pretty simple. You just talk to them, get to know them a little bit, tell them about what you're working on, why you're working on it, so on and so forth. So I've got some examples here of some messages that I've seen be sent that are pretty strong. You'll notice these are intro messages. These are either creators they found through the recruitment database and or these people applied to work with them. So, hey, you've got some really solid content. Would love to chat about a project I'm working on. And I noticed you're from Florida. I used to live down there. It's things like this that really just show the creator that like, hey, they're trying to learn a little bit about me. They're not just looking at me like a vehicle to move views, right? These are real people on the other end. SideShift is a great opportunity for people who have never created content before to become content creators. And this is oftentimes, their first at bat working with brands. So it's best to really put your best foot forward here. Another example, hey, your content's killer. Would love to jam for a few minutes about what we're building. My brother also went to SF City College, right? Again, just super simple, keeping it right to the point, and also just showing a little bit of humanity within your messages. That really goes for everything in sales and hiring. It's all about just showing humanity and who you actually are and why you're doing things. So once we get these creators, then you can really lay out what you're building and what you're working on and like what you can expect from this campaign, what the creator program looks like, right? From there, people might just be like, no, not interested, cool project, but I'm going to pass. Like I said, not every creator is going to get a response, right? Or every message. Not every creator is going to want to work with you. The key is to just keep going. This is a numbers game. You will find creators who are bought into your project and you will know. Okay. You will know extremely clear just based off the messages they're sending. So when you're talking about your UGC program, your creator program, and what you're building, you really want to sell that like, hey, we have some creators in our top official community who are earning X amount. They're earning thousands of dollars per month, some of our heaviest hitters. We start with the trial campaign just to see like how serious you are and what your skill level is before deciding where to place you within our creator program, right? If you can incentivize them and show them that there's like a clear path here forward, they really will be bought into your program as a whole, and they're just going to give you that much more. So add everyone you've hired into your SideShift program to start tracking analytics. If you don't know how to make a program, we've got a ton of videos on that. feel free to shoot me a DM or just follow the steps on SideShift. It's super simple. So question I get a lot for trial campaigns: what do we pay these creators? These creators who haven't necessarily proven themselves. We obviously want to incentivize them to show up, to complete the campaign, to, put their best foot forward. So do not overcomplicate this with some fuck-ass whack pay structures, okay? This pay structure right here is standard amongst 99% of the UGC high volume industry for trial campaigns. It's a $100 retainer for 10 videos. This goes over the course of 2 weeks, okay? So they're really just posting one video a day. This is easy enough for them to showcase that they can be diligent, their time and organization skills are on point, they are responsive, so on and so forth, okay? So $100 retainer for 10 videos. Really simple. 2 weeks. You also want to add in your view bonuses, layer those on top. You have $100 for 100K views, $250 for 500K views, and then $500 for 1 million. Bang, simple. Don't expect a lot of these videos to go viral, though. That is not the point of a trial campaign. The trial campaign is just to assess if their creator quality is good enough to move them into your official program. Yes, have viral videos happened in trial campaigns? Of course. We've had a lot of trial campaigns where videos have popped off on the first ever post, which is super sick, not gonna lie. But don't expect that to be the norm. You're really just trying to assess creator quality and creator commitment with these trial campaigns. So what should you expect? Building a UGC program isn't smooth sailing. You're going to have creators who miss posts, fall behind, and ghost you, but that is why you overhired in the first place, right? You really just need 50% of your cohort to be good enough to move them into your program. So on, you're good. Just move them into your official program once done, okay? So the last really kind of key piece here is make sure that you over communicate during the trial campaign. Otherwise, people are going to lose interest. And once they gain your trust, you don't need to supervise them as much. So again, I just talked about this point, but do not expect these posts to go viral. That's not the point of this campaign. Just is to assess creator quality. So let's talk a little bit about what does that look like when you graduate as these creators move into the next phase of your official UGC program. Once the creators complete their 10 posts, you can shoot them a congrats. Loved working with you. I'd love to bring you into our official campaign. At this point, you should have been able to assess did they show up? Did their accounts not get shadow banned? Did they follow the warm-up process properly? Were they responsive? Were they creative? X, Y, and Z. Okay. So congrats, you now have creators who've proven themselves and who can take on large scale responsibility in your actual program. So I'll kind of just add in this extra little piece here about internal creator trajectory. I might do another video on this a little bit more extensively, but it's really simple. Your trial creator is for your trial campaigns. We just talked about that. Your new creator, that is the person from the trial campaign who has completed it, who has graduated. They're in the official campaign. They're still learning the ropes. They're kind of bottom of the totem pole in the official community, but they can move up quickly if they prove themselves. Proven creator, again, on the official campaign, they've gone viral and they're consistent. You can rely on them. You can start paying them a little bit higher of a base retainer. This is how you retain talent really well. And then you have a creator manager. This is usually someone who has progressed through all three of these levels below. Now they can help you oversee campaigns. They can help you expand into new cohorts, attack new different demographics. They can help with recruiting, and you might even bring them internal. So that was a quick little video here, not too long. Really best of luck when it comes to building this entire kind of UGC campaign. Again, as always, if you want a platform that helps you source, manage, pay, track, handle legal taxes, really do the whole nine, please use SideShift. Would love to have you. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. DM me if you have any questions.